So now, there's 3 Legend of Zelda games that we need to see on Nintendo Switch 2. These would feel right at home on the Switch 2, and honestly, there's some leaks that suggest that at least 2 of these are going to be coming to Nintendo Switch 2 sometime in the future. Anyways, let's get straight into it. Okay, so you know what I'm about to say. The Legend of Zelda, The Wind Waker HD or 4K. That's a game that we have to see on Nintendo Switch 2 sometime in the future. Because that game right there is phenomenal. It's got so much to do with the art style and the gameplay mechanics. And honestly, it would be right at home on the Switch 2. Now I know we got the GameCube version of The Legend of Zelda Wind Waker, and that's pretty fantastic. But imagine how great that would be to see the HD version or the 4K version or something like that come to Switch 2. Then you can take that anywhere you want. On the Wii U, I think that the Wii U game is fantastic, but sadly, you can't take it anywhere you want. One big perk up from the Nintendo Switch 2 version of Wind Waker is you can take that anywhere you want. But imagine a 4K version of Wind Waker. That right there would be fantastic, and I'm hoping to see this game. Okay, so the next game that might be coming, hopefully is coming, is The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess. If you don't know, I made an entire video about this game. And short thing, is that there's been some rumors, leaks, and also Nintendo themselves saying, okay, so there's kiosk art of Twilight Princess in the new San Francisco Nintendo store. There's even a collection of books where it shows the entire story of Twilight Princess. There's a lot of things that lean into this game potentially coming out soon, which I think, honestly, I'm personally thinking that this game is going to be having come in 2025 for the 40th anniversary of the Legend of Zelda series. That right there is absolutely crazy, and hopefully we see it, because the Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess HD or 4K on Nintendo Switch 2 would be fantastic. This would be the first time that you're able to play it in handheld or even on the go. Now, you were able to play it handheld on the Wii U, but you couldn't take it very far from the television. So honestly, seeing this game on Switch 2 would be fantastic. Okay, to, put everything together, the next game that hopefully we can see. Now there's no leaks, there's no rumors, there's nothing that suggests that this game is coming out to Nintendo Switch 2. But this is just one game that I really want to see. The Legend of Zelda, A Link Between Worlds. Now that is one of my favorite Legend of Zelda games. It goes right alongside Wind Waker for me. And honestly, this game right here would be right at home on Nintendo Switch 2. Not only was it on the 3DS where you can take it anywhere you want, but now it's time to hit the big screen, because that right there would be fantastic to see it hit the big screen. Then you could play on the TV, you could play anywhere you want. Overall, it would be fantastic to see The Legend of Zelda Link Between Worlds. This game right here is so fantastic that, honestly, I don't know what else to say about this game. It's completely awesome. I hope that we see it on Nintendo Switch 2, because really, who doesn't want The Legend of Zelda Wind Waker, The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess, and also The Legend of Zelda A Link Between Worlds? Those 3 games would go perfect together. There's one game that you're able to traverse the 7 seas and go and collect a whole bunch of different materials, go and try to save the day from flooded Hyrule. The other game is the dark past of Hyrule Castle, Wolf Link, and all of that stuff. And the other one is the mix between both realms. So you got the light, which is just, Wind Waker, the light. The dark, which is Twilight Princess. And then you have A Link Between Worlds. There's a Link, which is, the light side and the dark side. Those 3 games, I'm just saying, would be pretty great on Switch 2. Honestly, okay, so The Legend of Zelda Wind Waker has been rumored, leaked, whatever, for years that it's coming to Switch 1, coming to Switch 2, but now it looks more like it's actually going to be coming to Nintendo Switch 2. Because hear me out. So we got the standard GameCube version on Switch 1, right? But Nintendo might just give that for a hush-up gift. So we're like, okay, give us The Legend of Zelda Wind Waker. But now they're actually working on something that would make it special, like the 4K version. Maybe they're doing something special for the 40th anniversary of The Legend of Zelda. But speaking on the 40th anniversary, I honestly think that we will be seeing Twilight Princess, because Twilight Princess is in a funny situation here. We didn't get Twilight Princess on the GameCube application. There's no announcement of that ever coming. There's also the fact that the things that's inside the store, the kiosk and all of that stuff, and the book collection, which is previously mentioned. So don't you think that all of these things together would make it so The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess is coming to Nintendo Switch 2? This feels like Nintendo is just giving us a little heads up. Hey, Twilight Princess is coming to Nintendo Switch 2. Honestly, maybe we can see this game, a little mention of this game in the upcoming Nintendo Direct. Because that right there would be fantastic. I would love to see Twilight Princess. I would love to see Wind Waker, and I would love to see A Link Between Worlds. Those games are truly fantastic, and it's kind of funny that Nintendo didn't want to release some of their favorite Nintendo games, their favorite Zelda games on Switch 2. Now, we got The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword for some reason. Hey, updated controls, that's perfect. We got a Link's Awakening. Okay. We got Echoes of Wisdom. We got Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom Switch 2 Edition. Okay, that's pretty interesting. And we got a whole bunch of different Zelda games on the NSO. That's the one. I'm an idiot. But overall, when you take that and you take a look at this, don't you think Twilight Princess has to be coming? I'm just saying, Twilight Princess is probably a confirmed game at this point. The Wind Waker, on the other hand, that is a possibility, a strong possibility that we could be seeing that game. And just think about it. The Nintendo Switch 2, once we get these games, we'll be missing like 2 or 3 games that then the Nintendo Switch 2 will be the one system that you can play all the Legend of Zelda games. How great would that be? That you can play any Legend of Zelda game that you choose. I would love to see it. Then maybe the Nintendo Switch 2 will be worth it for some people. Maybe they're not a fan of Mario Kart. Maybe they're not a fan of other things, which is completely fine, honestly. A one system that can play any Zelda game, that right there is something truly special. And I hope the Nintendo Switch 2 is that system that can play any game that you throw at it. Legend of Zelda, Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom, pretty awesome. Twilight Princess, hey, that would be cool to see. Wind Waker, even better. Honestly, I love Wind Waker. And The Legend of Zelda, A Link Between Worlds, pretty cool. So what do you think about this? Do you think that we will be seeing these games on Nintendo Switch 2? My main priority here is we're probably going to be seeing Twilight Princess. The next game we might see is The Legend of Zelda Wind Waker HD 4K or whatever. And then A Link Between Worlds. But honestly, if we get all 3 of them in 1 year, that would be crazy. Let me know which one of these games is your favorite game and you're really, really hoping to see on Nintendo Switch 2. And with that being said, I hope that you have a fantastic day. I hope that you consider hit the like button, maybe subscribing if you're new. With that being said, see you in the next one.